My fellow St. Martiners, good morning and happy Emancipation Day. As we, as a people, as a nation, figuratively navigate the waters in this post-enslavement, post-emancipation, post-apology, and pre-reparatory justice era, it is imperative that we stand still and give reverence to those that have literally crossed the waters before us, and in so doing, make certain that history does not erase, that history does not forget, that history tells us, that history proves from whence we came. For to know your destination as a nation, you must first know your path and your past. In other words, in order to know where you are going, you have to know where you've come from. And where we have come from is a land where we are kings and queens. With such a lineage, it is only fitting that we ensure that our individual and collective destination, our future, is one of honor and excellence. Part of ensuring that future is piecing the puzzle together of a past fragmented by chattel enslavement, racism, and colonialism, and the like. By putting the puzzle pieces together, as the three we celebrate and reverence today have led us to do, we not only remember them and come to better understand our past, but we also in the process form a more complete picture, a greater whole of who we are as the African continuum in the Caribbean. There is a bond, a certain alignment between the past, the present, and the future. By grasping how the past interconnects with the present, one can design a desirable future. Before we can step into our future of honor and excellence, we must first honor the excellence of which we are the descendants. It is a prerequisite, a rite of passage, and the preparatory phase of our transition into the era of reparatory justice. So, as you celebrate Emancipation Day today, I urge you to reflect on the land of our ancestors, reflect on the three, remember them, and let that be your muse to direct our path, the path of the African continuum in the Caribbean. In closing, I leave you with the following African proverb. We do not inherit the earth from our ancestors. We borrow it from our children. Thank you. God bless you. God bless St. Martin. And happy Emancipation Day to one and all.
SZV insured? Do you have a valid medical insurance status? SZV is cardless. Request your My SZV account today and enter the virtual office of SZV. Go to szv.sx and sign up now.
SZV, yeah. Your social health insurances.
24/7 TV programming on www.stmartinmediacenter.com, SXM Daily News, PBS NewsHour, Now You Know, Com programs, documentary, entertainment, sports events, Saturday children's hours, religion programs, and movies. Click on SXM TV broadcast to see your favorite programs.
Happy Emancipation Day. Today is a beautiful day because we gather not just to commemorate a date, but to honor a people. That is actually what we are doing. A people whose cries of resistance rose from the cane fields, whose spirits refused to be broken, and whose strength has shaped the very soil on which we stand today. This is Emancipation Day, a day that demands we remember. Please, remember them. Remember the sons and daughters of Africa. Remember their journey, their struggles, and of course, their brilliance. Remember, please, the price they paid for our freedom. As Prime Minister, I stand here deeply aware that our emancipation is not just history, it is a living legacy. A legacy that echoes our culture, that echoes our language, our music, and the pride of our people. It is a legacy that must guide our policies, that must guide our education, and of course, our unity as a nation. Today, we also recognize new truths unearthed, skeletal remains of our ancestors, brought here in bondage from 1650 to 1680, now remind us that beneath the surface of our paradise lies stories that still demand to be told. To the descendants of these heroes, you are now their voices. Let us walk in their honor. Let us live in their courage. And let us build a St. Martin that ensures that no child ever again has to fight to be free. We are the continuation. We are the dream of the ancestors realized. And today, we rise. Thank you, and may God bless our beloved St. Martin.
Your social and health insurance is Your social and health insurances.
Are you SXV insured? Do you have a valid medical insurance status? SXV is cardless. Request your My SXV account today and enter the virtual office of SXV. Go to sxv.sx and sign up now.
Your social and health insurances.
24/7 TV programming on www.stmartinmediacenter.com, SXM Daily News, PBS NewsHour, Now You Know, Com programs, documentary, entertainment, sports events, Saturday children's hours, religion programs, and movies. Click on SXM TV broadcast to see your favorite programs.
as we all gather here in honor of our enslaved ancestors, light, enlightenment, to pave the way for all of us. Oh yeah. Remember who you are, remember your greatness. Remember that you and I are the sons and daughters of the soil. You and I are legacy builders, spiritual healers. You and I are kings and queens and scholars. You and I, you and I. You and I are the descendants of our enslaved ancestors who were never slaved but yet enslaved. Remember your greatness. Remember that you and I were born and destined to do great things for you and I. You and I are greatness. You and I were born and conceived out of the womb of Mama Africa. Remember. Remember who you are and tell each other who you are. For you and I are legacy builders. You and I are spiritual healers. You and I are kings and queens. You and I are the sons and daughters of the African soil, born in the Caribbean. But remember who you are and remember your greatness. As I pay tribute to Ghana, Nigeria, Cameroon, I say thank you. Thank you for being our protector. Thank you for being our healers. Thank you for giving us the knowledge and the wisdom and the understanding that we have forgotten. Allow us to remember you, to remember us, to remember all of us that are here. So go and spread a message and let them know of our greatness. Let them know who you are. Let them know that you are the sons and daughters, the kings and queens, the legacy builders, and the spiritual healers. Ashe.
Today I call on all of the great spirits that have touched this land. I call on all of the great spirits that have left Africa and has moved all over the world for us to be here today. All of the strong spirits that have left Africa and now we are here today. We're in many different countries, but we all have one bloodline. We all have one mission. We all have one destiny. And our destiny has been revealed many, many times. And I ask that our ancestors that have been doing the work, they continue to do the work. They continue to lift us up. And the people here, we can always have peace amongst each other. We can have unity amongst each other. We can have blessings amongst each other. We can have more children. We can always take care of our children. We can always know the future. We can always do the great things that we need to do. We ask that we have blessings, that St. Martin is blessed at all times, and all of the families are blessed, and all of the people that come together here, that they're blessed. And today is a great day. Today is a day of unity. Today is a day of peace. Today is a day of healing. Today is a day that we could all be lifted up together. I said thank you for everybody that's coming here today. And I ask that as everybody came in peace, that we all leave in peace, and we all leave in positivity, and we all leave in unity today. And we are protected for many, many, many more years to come. And I say thank you for just doing the great work that you've been doing, and may our ancestors continue to heal us and bless us. Madasi Aberamu.
You know, to me, Emancipation Day has never been the right moment to recount the horrors, the travesties, and the indignity that our ancestors were forced to endure. In a world that constantly rehashes Black trauma through movies, art, and television, there's been sufficient remembrance of this. Instead, we must take time today, and indeed every day, to honor our ancestors and to recognize the power, the legacy, and the gift in the lessons that they were forced to learn on their perilous kidnapping across the Atlantic. Lessons that carried them through their experience and that we today should never forget and should embody as we continue our own journey through a world that seems to be on a trajectory of regression. The lesson of sacrifice. The sacrifice not just of surviving the crossing, but of making the choice to continue that survival even in the face of what their reality became. Today, many of our people know what sacrifice is, but does our leadership? Do we know the sacrifice of choosing what sounds uncomfortable in the moment, but will yield a better chance at growth in the next? Do we consider the sacrifice needed to choose a path that is unknown, but leads to a better future for our future generations? The lesson of courage. The courage to be forced awake each day, to be forced to labor each day, and to still find a way, a moment, to practice the spirituality that had been ripped from their lives, to sing songs that painted pictures of better, brighter days for themselves and their families, and to cling to, by whatever means they had, the possibility of seeing those days arrive. Today, that courage may need to look very different, but it will still serve us as it did our ancestors, if only we were to tap into it. The courage to have the deeper conversations with each other and within our communities, to talk not just about our ancestral history, but our current reality and where we want to stay as Samatin and take our future. Conversations about the terrible legacy of not just the whips, the chains, and the shackles, but of the systems that were created and forced on our ancestors to socially control and to mentally pacify. Even as we celebrate those moments where the voice of our people is being heard more clearly, we must admit that there's still much work to be done to emancipate our people right here at home, right here within our borders. And finally, the lesson of responsibility. The responsibility towards their future generations. Generations they did not even know for certain would be alive to stand in the shade of the trees they planted on land they did not even own. We hear many views consistently expressed about emancipation, about freedom. Some talk about being politically free, others talk about being financially free, and some talk about being free of societal influences. As Minister of Education, it's my hope that the common thread in all these thoughts is that with freedom comes responsibility. A responsibility to dismantle those colonial systems that serve a select few and do not better the whole. A responsibility to plan, to conserve, and to sacrifice today so that the children I met on my school visits, the children of Art Saves Lives, can do what our ancestors envisioned. Stand in the shade of trees that we planted for them, looking towards the horizon and knowing that whatever there was before, that tomorrow is going to be better. Audre Lorde said, "Tomorrow belongs to those of us who conceive of it as belonging to everyone, who lend the best of ourselves to it, and with joy." The three we honor today knew this. Our ancestors knew this, that a better tomorrow needed to belong to everyone and not just a few. This Emancipation Day, this is my call to action to all of us, to sacrifice when needed, to have the courage to speak truth to reality, and to understand that freedom, in whatever way, shape, or form you envision it, comes with responsibility towards our individual selves and our collective community.